Hi, fellow Webflowers. So in this tutorial, I'm going to explain to you how you can use an CSS style, it's called aspect ratio, to develop faster and cleaner inside of Webflow. So what this means, and I give you a real-life example when we jump into our project. So in our Webflow project that you can see right here, we have a background video, it's a C video, and a basic section container setup. And in the design, this video on landscape and mobile should have an 1:1 aspect ratio. So the video should only be about as 500 pixels height, and the width also shouldn't be to 100%. And one way to do that inside of Webflow would be on a landscape. I just set this C video to 80% and then let's say 400 pixel. And now we got our aspect, right? And on mobile again, we would take the height and set it to, let's say 300, I don't know, something like that. Okay. But this is wrong. It's not only wrong, it's bad and not clean developed, right? So what you do instead of that is you get your aspect ratio CSS style in place. And I'm going to show you exactly now, step by step, how that works. Okay, first of all, let's delete all these shitty styles. Alright, and now let's delete our width for a second, and the height also. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an embed. So I get the Webflow embed. And then I'm gonna set the style tag and end style tag. And now what we're gonna need to have is our media query. So for that, I just quickly go into the Webflow ecosystem and get the code. Okay, so let's get our code. And by the way, I'm also post this code inside the description where you can get it and then just use it for your own project. So this media query now makes something above, everything above 1440 pixels. We don't want that. We want it to be on max width landscape, and that is in Webflow for 767 pixels. 767 pixels. So we're gonna set the max width to 767 pixels. Okay. And now this is gonna make sure that everything inside of here is only applied to a max width on 767 pixels. Okay, and now the more codey part. Or what else codey? So we're gonna get our fixed aspect ratio. And for this tutorial purposes, I'm gonna just get this code right here. And this code is, by the way, also inside of the description. And I'm gonna get the code. And now I'm gonna apply the class of my video, and that's the C video. Okay? And then delete the width because we don't need that. And then get the class or the CSS style that's called aspect ratio. And then set the aspect to 1 and 1. And then just save and close. And what you see right now is on landscape, the video got onto an aspect of 1 and 1. Okay, and what we're gonna have to do then now, we have to set the height to 100% to make sure that everything is responsive. So now we are basically finished and we have our video on a scale, on an aspect ratio of 1 to 1. And that's throughout the whole project. What we don't have to do is set now and max height. So we're gonna just delete that and we still have our image ready. Alright, so now you know how you can set the CSS style aspect ratio in order to develop faster and cleaner and more bug-free. I hope this video was valuable to you and brought you some insights of how I develop with Webflow. If you want to have more insights, we have our Webflow newsletter where we cover best use practices, Webflow and code, and how you become faster and more elegant with Webflow. So I dropped that link in the comments down below, and if you want, feel free to subscribe and receive more Webflow value. We see each other in the next video, and till then, happy coding!